Hi everybody, Jake here, and welcome to another episode of Wolfsburg Warriors. We're playing Borussia Dortmund twice in this video. Once to try and potentially get into the semi-final of the Champions League, and then we follow it up 3 days later with a match against them in the league, which pretty much determines who is going to take home the Bundesliga title this season. So it's all to play for in this episode. We're all excited, so let's get right into it. Hi everyone, Jake here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if you're new, and as I mentioned in the intro, it really is all to play for in this episode. Obviously, we're playing Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, which is the aim of the whole series, to win the Champions League. Once we do that, this series will end, so it's definitely on a pivot point in that game, but then we follow it up only 3 days later with, as you can see from the table here, we'll have a look at a more detailed look at it later, but whoever wins this goes into those last few games fairly confident they're going to run away with the league title, or at least they've definitely got the upper hand and the advantage. So it's all to play for in that match. Before we get into it though, I have to do it as always. If you guys could hit the like button, make it turn blue, it really does help in the performance of these videos. Drop a comment down below for your predictions for the two games. Are we going to win a title? How are we going to do in the Champions League match? Let me know in the comments. It's always nice interacting with you all, and I try and respond to every single comment that I can. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You guys keep hitting that button, and slowly but surely that number is going up and up and up. And I genuinely think by the time FM23 comes out, we could be getting close to 10,000 subscribers, which is nuts. But if we keep up the growth that we're currently on, it's definitely a possibility because you guys are amazing. Ring the notification bell if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed and you want to check it out, hit that join button. There'll be a little video explaining what it is before anything happens. Don't worry. But if you want to financially support the channel in any kind of way, go for it. We're actually going to be upping the production value of the channel fairly soon. So I've got an Elgato key light on the way, which I hope means that, you know, everything will be nicely lit, and that does make a big difference in the videos. As I've always said, whatever I make off this channel, for the time being at least, is going to go back into making a channel better and improving the quality for you guys. So glad that we can get something like that in. But yeah, let's start off with the league and how the league is going. But since you last saw us, we beat Leipzig 4-0. We then beat Mainz 1-0 at home with Nico getting the winner there. We beat Stuttgart 2-0. Then in the first leg of the tie that you're about to see, the quarterfinal, we drew 2-2 with 2 goals in the 92nd minute, one from either team. So it's definitely a closely contested affair, but getting a draw away from home when Dortmund were playing quite well, I think is a good result. I'll show you the goals from that in a second, but we also won this match 2-1. Now, I'm not sure if we'll be able to, but I want to try and show you the sending off from this game, because it is probably the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Okay, we can watch key highlights, right? I'd assume the red card would be included in that. I don't see why it wouldn't be. So let me slow it down, because Garcia McNulty, bless him, he's obviously a young centre-back for us, trying to make his name at the club. But this sending off is genuinely one of the funniest things I've ever seen. To put it kindly, I think Garcia McNulty has assaulted the striker for the Freiburg team. So you'll just see him fly down on the floor there. And if I replay it, basically what the game says at the bottom is that he's elbowed this guy in the face and got sent off. So this guy's running through. He leans an elbow back, and all of a sudden the guy's just gone on the floor. I don't know what he did. I was very confused when it happened, but he was caught throwing an elbow, and he's got a 3-game ban for that. So it's definitely quite serious by the sounds of it. So yeah, a bit weird from a youngster to pull something like that out of the bag. I didn't even know that could happen in Football Manager, like getting sent off for violent conduct. But there you go. We've seen it, and I'll quickly show you the goals as well for this Champions League game. And yeah, in terms of the Champions League, we're in the quarterfinal. We drew in the first leg, so it's all to play for in the home leg. It was quite a good game. I don't want it that quick game, thank you. Let's slow that down a little bit. Here we go, about here. But yeah, it's a lot more contested than I thought it would be. Obviously, Dortmund have been giving us a good run in the league, but I thought in a Champions League tie, we might be okay. But no, they've really came out of the blocks flying. Adeyemi, as always, look at the pace on him there. Getting in behind. It's poor from Leno in goal from Borussia Dortmund, but we put it away, and then it looked like we'd done it right at the end. We got a goal very late on. It was a bit of a tap in from close range, but we took that. I thought it was game over, and then not, 10, 15 seconds later, Dortmund got the other end. Donyell Malen gets in front of the goal and puts it away. I think we're going to be okay in this second leg, but you don't want to get your hopes up. But were both matches at home? I know they're both at home, so I think we could get 2 wins today. I'm going to focus the better team in the Champions League match, as I think I probably should, because I think even if Dortmund happen to beat us in the league, I reckon we could catch them back up at some point, even though there's not that many games to go. But the Champions League is the ultimate aim, and that's what I need to focus on. Okay, so the team for today's match, I think I've kind of got to go for what would be our best 11. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. And then we'll play the rotation squad in the league game against Dortmund. I've got to prioritise the Champions League, really. So I think this midfield, the defence, is probably what I want to go for. Same with the attack, with Sesko still out injured. But I think maybe Nico comes out for Grealish, just for a bit of solidity in that midfield. And we don't need a backup goalkeeper. Who's going to be most useful? Paslak off the bench could be good. Yeah, right, we're going to go for this. I'm kind of nervous about Lewis Cook. It hasn't been his best season in terms of numbers. I don't actually know how he's played overall. Well, he's been fine. I just would like to see his average match ratings, to be honest, to see if he's been as good this year as other years. It doesn't feel like it, but I could be completely wrong. Yeah, I am completely wrong. He's been just as good in terms of average match rating as his previous year, if not better. So maybe I'm giving harsh criticism there to Lewis Cook, but I just don't know how this game's going to go at all. Very interested to see how this one plays out. Dortmund are a great side, but I would hope we can be quite comfortable here. I just don't want us to have to come from behind. If we can get the first goal, it would be great for us. And Piccoli goes very close there with his header striking the crossbar. That could have been a great start for us. And that's all we need, really, just a bit of momentum. And usually in games, once we get some momentum, we're fine. It's just sometimes when we're struggling, particularly if we go a goal down, we never really look like getting back into a match. So be interested to see how this one goes. But so far, so good, 10 minutes in. It looks like we're the more dominant of the teams, which is hard to say after 10 minutes, but we have had 3 shots and Dortmund have had none, which is, it's better than nothing. Here is Luca Netz, a young German, playing against Borussia Dortmund, to our other young German, Karim Adeyemi. That was very hard to say. Wirtz now, another great young German player. He's played a great ball through, or was it Grealish? I couldn't tell, to Adeyemi, and I really thought that was going to be a goal for Adeyemi, but it's a good save from Bernd Leno. Obviously, after conceding in that first game to Adeyemi with a really poor bit of goalkeeping, Leno's looking to get his revenge today. And the following corner doesn't lead to much, but we do have another one now. Arnold into the box, it's headed away, only as far as Florian Wirtz. Grealish, it's a good shot, but it's hit a player and it's deflected out to Alexander Arnold. Alexander Arnold, that would be a nice player to have in the team. Maximilian Arnold is the person I'm talking about. This is some great football from us. Baku, Florian Wirtz, he's really skied that. That was harder to miss than it was to score. Unlucky from us though, it'll be very annoying now if Dortmund go and score their first shot of the game. Tapsoba over the bar. I think they've got a back two of Tapsoba and Badiashile now. Yeah, so Badiashile, Leno, Bellingham in their team. Guerrero, however you pronounce that, he's going to be something to worry about. And they've scored. Dortmund have scored, but it looks like there might be a potential for it being ruled out. I saw nothing wrong with that. It was a header saved by Castells and tapped in from Stefanovic. It hasn't came up to say allowed or disallowed, but I see no reason why this would be offside. He looks like he's behind a couple of players there. Yeah, I think this one's counted, has it? It has counted, and we are losing. Not great on our end, but maybe we can get something here with Adeyemi driving forward to Wirtz. It looks like a good break from us. Adeyemi's through. He's rounded the goalkeeper and he's tapped it in. That is brilliant from Adeyemi, just shifting it one foot to the other. He's tapped it in with his left, and that evens the score straight away, and that's good, because now I think... I said we never come back from behind, but we've just done it here. I feel like we could have the momentum with it now. It's a great pass from Wirtz, a great weight of ball. And Adeyemi, he does what he does best there, just sends the goalkeeper onto the floor, walks around it, and just taps it into an empty net. And that is his, 40th goal of the season now, I think that just said. 39, was it? He's been great for us. Interestingly, they are playing Youssoufa Moukoko. I understand that he's not going to be their recognised striker just yet, but they're playing him as an inside forward on the right. Maybe that's what he's like this year. I haven't actually used him this year in Football Manager, only the year before. But I would have thought he would have been starting up front for Dortmund at this stage, as opposed to being shifted out onto the wing, where he's obviously not going to be anywhere near as effective. Maybe we'll free him from the team. If we lose Adeyemi, I will go for Moukoko, because Adeyemi currently has 110 million pound interest from Man City and Real Madrid. If he forces his way out, which I will try not to let him, but if he does, maybe Moukoko is the way to go. But what a goal that was from Florian Wirtz. He's having a great game today. A goal and an assist. This time, the assist comes from Netz, though, with a great cross into Wirtz, and that means that with Adeyemi scoring from a Wirtz assist and Wirtz scoring from a Netz assist, it's all of our big money young German signings who are doing very good for us here. Great finish from Wirtz, but Netz did all the work with that brilliant cross. Couldn't really miss once he got a good connection with it. And we are now 2-1 up, 4-3 on aggregate, and currently we're the ones heading into the Champions League semi-final, where I believe we're playing one of Man U or Benfica, I think it was, who are in our section of the draw. I'll see after this, but I think that's who it was. So interesting to keep an eye on that game, see how that goes. But I don't want to yet, just in case that isn't the team that we're playing and we get our hopes up for like a Benfica matchup. Here's Baku. That's brilliant football yet again. We are really turning on the style here. Baku with a great ball into Piccoli, who could not miss. Even if that was, your nan in front of goal, she would have scored that. Baku did all the work, but Piccoli, he finishes well. Fair play to him. He taps it into the back of the net. That's all I can ask for him. He did start the move with that good target forward play, holding it up, passing it on, getting into the box and finishing. That is brilliant football, and we've carved Dortmund apart there with what really is very good football, but quite simple the way we did that. Just passing and moving, made it through. And there we go, 3-1 at half time. It started off a bit shaky, but we're doing okay now. I'm very happy with how we're playing. Not going to complain anything to the players. And once we get to like the 60th, 70th minute, if we're still winning by this much, I start to think about resting people for the league game, which then could put us in a great position if we win this and then the league game afterwards. But all it takes is one goal from Dortmund and we start to worry a little bit. And here is Yusufa Moukoko, who I have not spent any time looking at this year in Football Manager, but maybe he'll be playing for us in a year or so if we do lose Adeyemi. Tapsoba, he's played through Moukoko, and it's almost a very good strike on his left from Moukoko, just left of the goal. But we're okay. We managed to hold on. Benfica Man United is still 0-0, which is good news for us, I suppose, if that is the teams that we're going to play, because I'd much rather play Benfica. No offence to them, but we all know how Manchester United are in Football Manager. Crazily overpowered, so any refrain I can get from having to play them, I would definitely take. Here's Adeyemi though. Can we get our fourth goal of the match? He's played through Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook tries to ram Bernd Leno, but it doesn't quite work out. And now Moukoko comes off the pitch for another guy who I haven't heard of. There's a couple guys in this Dortmund team that I really don't know. But it is Borussia Dortmund, so I'm sure it's very good recruitment. And yeah, 60 minutes on the clock. I'm very happy with how we're playing. Hopefully we can just see this out now and I can just start making some substitutions. Save some players like Arnold on a yellow, struggling a little bit. Let's get Nico on. Grealish can play here because then I'll start Nico in the game in the league. Might even potentially take off Adeyemi if we can get one more goal. And then I'll bring on Holjek just to give Adeyemi a bit of a rest so he can go at him in the league. But hold on. Oh, it's a great save from Casteels. That is brilliant work from him there to stop Dortmund having any sniff of getting back in the game. And now Adeyemi will come off, I think, for where is he? Holjek. And then we'll take off Baku, try and save him, and bring on Paslak. And I think with 10 minutes to go, we're pretty much sorted. We've smashed him on XG, took more shots than none, more shots on target, better possession. We've been the better team today, and that is great to see. And that will put us quite comfortably in the semi-final now of the Champions League. I say comfortably, 5-3 in aggregate. It hasn't been an easy tie by any stretch of the imagination. And it could be even harder here with Marlon going very close. In the second half, we've allowed a few too many chances. If they had a few better finishes, Dortmund could have been back in the game here. But we do take a win, and that's all that matters. Into the next round, player of the match Baku, as always in these big games. He always shows up, and that is brilliant from us. And now we'll find out who we're going to play in the next round. What was the score? So, okay, Man U have knocked out Benfica, so they're still in the competition. Cristiano Ronaldo still playing for them. And yes, it is Manchester United who we have to face off against in the semi-final. That is not an easy match by any stretch of the imagination. How are they doing? They're 5th in the Premier League though. That might be okay with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still as their manager. I thought that said hot prospect Kylian Mbappe. Like imagine that, your team having Kylian Mbappe as your hot prospect. No, they've got Mbappe as their key player. Bruno, Cristiano Ronaldo. What is their current senior side? That's a bit of a star-studded lineup, isn't it? Jesus, Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Varane, Shaw, Goretzka, Pogba, Sancho, Fernandes, Mbappe, and Ronaldo, with the likes of Leon Bailey, Aaron Hickey on the bench. We're not going to talk about this guy here. What a waste of space he is. I wish he'd been removed from the game, but I haven't done anything about that just yet. But yeah, good side for Manchester United. I think we could potentially take them though. You never know. We're in a very good form ourselves. I think we're a great team on our day. We might not have the names that Manchester United have, but I definitely think we're a better side. And look, this is happening all day long now. Man City are actually going to try and steal Adeyemi off us for 100 million. He's got no release clause, so I have no reason to let him go. We can't offer him a new deal at the minute, but he is definitely our best player. He's been brilliant for us all season, scoring more goals than games in the Bundesliga, a 7.72 average match rating. He's been an absolute beast for us. But now, I suppose I'll quickly skip ahead to the Borussia Dortmund League game, pick our team, and we'll get into that one. Okay, here we go. Match day against Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. All to play for the title here today. We've got like 6 games left of the league, I think, maybe 4. I'll have a look properly in a minute, but whatever it means, this game is pretty much decisive in whatever's going to happen with the rest of the season. But we've had to pick a slightly rotated team today, a few players out. Then you add into that the fact that Sesko, Grealish, Gvardiol are all tiring a little bit. We're going for a back 4 of Kenneth winning goal, Baku, right back, Botman, Lacroix and DeMarco, so still some very good players in there. Nico, Shagler and Vranks make up that midfield behind Kozlovsky, who in front of him has Holzek in that target forward role, and Adeyemi still, thankfully, fit for this game and full fitness as well by the looks of it, so hopefully he'll be very influential on how this match pans out. Obviously, Dortmund have had to deal with the same stuff we've had to deal with, so hopefully they'll be a bit tired because it looks like they've gone for the exact same team pretty much as what faced off against us in the Champions League. So I think that's a good sign. I'd hope that they were a little bit tired and our freshness can make the difference here, our squad depth that we've managed to build over the years, but you never know. It could just be an early goal straight here for Borussia Dortmund. It looks like it might be with Mokoko on that right wing, finds Meunier. He's going to play a nice ball in by the looks of it. He's gone out wide to Bellingham, Bellingham to Suarez, Suarez finishes. I don't think he was offside. I think this will be allowed. I don't see any reason why it should be disallowed, but I'd be very happy if it was. What are we about to see? It's been awarded, right? That's an issue. We're 1-0 down after 17 seconds, 20 seconds. Not good enough really if we want to be in with a shot of trying to win this league title. And again, it's always a great save by Kenneth Wynn, tipping it over the bar, but he was offside. But what a save that was to stop Suarez getting another goal against us there. This time he is playing off that left wing. I don't know if that's what he was doing in the Champions League. I feel like he was playing up front in the Champions League, but I can't remember. I don't know. Hopefully though, we can actually get something in this game and get on the ball a little bit. And it looks like that's what's starting to happen here for Adeyemi to Holzek. He finds DeMarco to Adeyemi. Oh, what a goal. It's an own goal, I think, that Adeyemi just stopped on the ball there and you just watched the goalkeeper for Borussia Dortmund flap to the floor. Here he is, he spins, finds Holzek. Holzek plays it through to DeMarco. DeMarco, what a ball that is to Adeyemi. Round the goalkeeper, and you just thought he'd taken it too far, but thankfully Matt Summers was there to tap the ball in for us, and he has given us a lifeline in this league title. Because I'll try and do the can we show off the league table? Let's have a look. There we go. I've got the league table. There's 18 teams and you don't play yourself, so what, 17 times 2, 34, right? There's 34 games, 3 games left, not including this one, and currently if scores stay the way they are, we'll be 2 points ahead of Borussia Dortmund, who for some reason their name is completely blacked out in this title bar here. I don't know why that is. Looks like some kind of glitch, but here's Kenneth Wynn with a good ball up the pitch. Vranks manages to get a header onto Adeyemi. Holzek's in a lot of space here. Oh, Adeyemi goes alone and it's a good save from Leno. A very good strike from Adeyemi there. Caught the keeper off guard, caught me off guard to be honest. And we look like we're growing into this game. I'm pretty confident we're going to do something here. Here's Adeyemi. He plays through Astor Vranks. What a goal from Astor Vranks. He could have gone anywhere there. It's his first goal of the season, and it couldn't be much more of an important one. He's a player that had a lot of potential when we took over as manager here at Wolfsburg, and he still has that potential. But he's definitely, the way that some players have developed into be keen first-team players, he's definitely now that squad player in that box-to-box midfielder role, but he never, ever lets us down. He's a good tackler, a good player going forward, and that's a great finish from him there to chip the goalkeeper. Our number 8, scoring the goal for us. I actually want to check him out, because I haven't had a look at him properly for a while. He's a very good player. Look, he's only classed as a 2-star player at the age of 21. Still potential to go to get to 3-star. I think 2 stars a bit harsh, because physically very well-rounded, mentally brilliant, and technically he's got some great technicals to go along with it as well. I think that valuation of him is pretty poor, but he does have that consistent performer trait there in his coach report, and that helps a hell of a lot. Look how balanced he is in his little graph there. He's a very useful player to have in that box-to-box role, and I've got no issues with him in the team. I don't think I'd ever sell him because he's very happy to be a squad player, a reserve player, at least at this age. And when he does play, no issues at all, as I mentioned. But here we go, 2-1 up now. Hopefully we can take this into half-time. It looks like Dortmund are going to have one more attack before the referee blows for the half-time whistle. Here's Meunier. They can score a goal, can't they, Dortmund? They've proved that over the last couple of games, and that's a great goal there. Great crossing from Meunier. Good header from Milan. Kenneth Wynn can't get there. He's only 6'1", bless him. I do hope he grows in the future, but he is now like 18, 19 years of age now, Kenneth Wynn. He is developing into a very good, consistent goalkeeper for us. Like, I'm not just playing him for the sake of it. He is usually very good. You can see already before this goal's counted, he's on a 7.3 average match rating, which shows he has been making saves. And that one, I don't think he can get there. The game obviously thinks that too, because he's still been kept at a 7.2 average match rating despite conceding twice. So clearly he's been playing well. I think we've still got a very good chance of winning this game. We're halfway through. It could really go either way. I think the tiredness is going to have a big effect on Dortmund, and we're going to be very good in the last 20 minutes or so because we're going to have the better fresh legs, and I think that'll make the difference here. But Dortmund straight from the centre look like they've got a highlight, unless we can win it back fairly soon. Here's Makoko. He's not going to be one that's easy to get the ball from. I think Franks has swept up very nicely there, playing the perfect box-to-box role today, scoring and then getting back in our own box to defend. Botman with a long ball forward, it's not going anywhere really, and it only just finds the Borussia Dortmund left back, and it's good play from Dortmund to be honest here. It looks like they're going to carve open opportunity. Oh, it's a great finish from Daniel Mylan. Kenneth Wynn kind of caught in no man's land. We'll see whether the game actually judges that as a mistake or not, whether his average match rating drops by a good chunk. But that did look like a good finish from Wynn, and it now takes Dortmund top of the league. This is really just end-to-end playing Dortmund, isn't it? They just love to attack. It's a great ball forward. I'm not sure you can blame the goalkeeper there. We'll soon see. Does the game blame the goalkeeper? That's the big tell. The game, it looks like they do. I think the game is saying that was an error on Wynn's end. Not a major error, but he could have done better with it by the looks of it. Here is Suarez again pushing for Dortmund. They look like they might even get another here. We can't let this get away from us. I just want to be in the game with 20 minutes or so to go, and then I think we'll be okay. But there's another good chance for Dortmund hitting the crossbar. XG-wise, they should have nowhere near 3 goals, but they're really just living off that so far. Aguero into the box. Botman deals with it, and we do have a chance to counter. It's Franks. Holjek needs to make the run through the middle. He hasn't just yet. Franks hasn't got the pace. That's one thing he probably doesn't have, but he manages to get there again and win the ball back after losing it. Kozlowski, we haven't seen too much of him yet. Nico. Holjek. Oh, it's a poor ball from him. He's not having the best of games, is he? And Mylan is through again. Is he going to get his hat-trick? It's a great save from Wynn, one-on-one, and that keeps us in that title race for a little bit longer. I'm going to bring on Sesko. He's only got 60 minutes in him, according to the according to the physio. But hopefully that 60 minutes will be enough enough fitness here to play, 35 minutes for us at a decent level at least. I think we'll be okay. I think I'm going to bring on Florian Wirtz as well. And then Luca Netz. I think we're going to bring Luca Netz on. We're bringing on some young players, but I think they're just so key for us and they could really make the difference. But there's not too much time left on the clock anymore. We're going to have to go attacking. Oof. I take a 3-3 at this point. I would probably snap your hand off and say 3-3. We're 2 points ahead of Dortmund at that stage with 3 games to go, 4 games to go or something after this. I'd take that. I think we'd be okay. But you never know. Maybe we can get back in it here. It's a great ball. Wirtz is in. What a goal. What a ball that was from Baku. What a touch from Wirtz and what a finish. 3-3. That's my substitution there making a difference. I had a feeling he'd do something here coming off the bench. Oh, Wirtz is looking in prime form right now and this is the perfect time for him to hit it. He loves playing Dortmund by the looks of it. What a run that is. You can just watch him make that run up in his mind and then it's a great goal. What a goal that was. Right, 20 minutes left. Oof, everyone's playing quite well to be honest. Considering we've conceded 3, the game still thinks we've done all right. And now it's Dortmund with a highlight. This is really just end to end. I love it. What a game this has been. Well, what 2 games it's been really. Dortmund don't like to sit back and I appreciate that because it makes it a good game. I just hope that they'd sit back now and let us take the win. I enjoy a good match, but I'd like to actually win the match, please. Here's Mylan. Plays through Bellingham. Bellingham rockets it over. I thought that was the one then. Good chance that was. That was one of Dortmund's better chances, I would have said. But it hasn't been taken. We have a corner though. Free kick. It's Botman. Of all people, Sven Botman scores. He's been fine for us. He does a good job when he comes in, but he's never looked like a goal threat. Is it offside though? It's a good ball in from Wirtz. I need to check behind the camera. It's been awarded. That could actually win us the league. Botman's first goal of the season. He's 6'4" and good in the air, so it doesn't surprise me that he's eventually got one. But he really hasn't been anything of an offensive threat since we signed him, so that is brilliant news for us there. We're now 5 points clear at the time of speaking. That is a huge difference. Can we hold it out? I need to take it off attacking. Oh god, I forgot. Please don't make a difference. Go on, make it 5-3. Just make sure we don't concede a late goal. Here's Nico. Should control the ball quite well now, I think. We're through. Dortmund have been carved open and Adeyemi puts it wide. That could hurt us if Dortmund get a goal now. 3 minutes of added time left. 2 minutes. 1 minute. And this doesn't win the league. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't win the league. But it gives us a very good shot and it's all in our hands now. If we mess it up, I'd be very surprised. I think this is as good as one. You could say famous last words, but I have a lot of confidence in this team just to run away with it now against some pretty poor teams too. I think the focus is now really going to be on the Champions League games against Manchester United, and that is what you're going to see next. Probably a league game as well, where we potentially take the league title, but there's not too much time left in the league now. Our schedule features the likes of Hanover, who are in 16th place, Leverkusen at home, who are in 6th place, and then Hertha Berlin away in 8th place, I think we'll be okay. But that's been the episode, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. I know quite a lot of stuff going on, a long episode probably with the matches, but I thought they were both very good matches to watch. Like the video if you did enjoy. Feel free to get involved in the comments and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, but I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.